What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have some explaining to do. So last time I actually recorded the last episode already, and unfortunately when I was going to edit it, a lot of it was pretty much unusable due to an excessive amount of skipping frames in the recording. So I mentioned in a comment in one of the last episodes I was trying to get that sorted out, and hopefully the settings I've adjusted make this one better. But we're going to start this episode off by basically explaining everything that happened last time. So overall, we did three main things. The first of which was we went mining, and I managed to get 3 more diamonds, which I turned into an axe, and I will explain why in a moment. The second thing we did was go to the nether because I needed some soul sand for another project, which kind of ties into the axe, which again I'll explain in a moment. And the third and primary thing we did in that episode, most of it went to building the chicken farm. Now you will notice that the farm is pretty much all grown. That should be no surprise because last time it was like pretty much halfway filled up, and I harvested it, planted all the seeds, and we're good to go. But before we do anything else, I basically just want to show you guys this chicken farm real quick because I am pretty happy with how it turned out. So here we are. I mentioned in like the first episode or something that I wanted to build something down this cave, and this was the first thing we did. So it's actually pretty simple. I mean, it might be a little complicated if you're not familiar with redstone, whatnot, but if I crack this thing open a little bit, hold on, get my bearings. There we go. Okay, we're up 1 block higher than I thought we were. Okay, so essentially how this works is the chickens go in there. When they grow up, they get roasted by the lava, and then the drops funnel through that slab into a hopper minecart that's through here, and then into another hopper that feeds into this chest. And as you can see, I've already taken some chicken out of there. So basically, like, we're good on food now. I also have a ridiculous amount of spruce logs in my inventory. Again, I will explain that in just a moment. It's kind of difficult because there's just a whole episode that no one will ever see. But here's how this actually works. So we took the quartz we mined in the last episode from the nether, and we're able to make some comparators. We made a couple observer blocks, which just involved a little bit of quartz as well, I believe, some redstone, some cobblestone, and then there are 2 dispensers in there, which again, just cobblestone, redstone, I think, and a bow. So nothing too crazy here. We had pretty much all the prep work knocked out last episode, so we started off by building all these blocks and then came right over here. So what I did was dig a hole. You can see up there's like a little trap door that comes through the wheat farm. We're basically right underneath that, and I got all the chickens that I had sitting around in a hole over that way and led them over here some seeds, dropped them down into this hole, and they're now sitting on top of this hopper. So essentially these chickens lay eggs into that hopper, and that hopper flows into another dispenser that is right in here. And every time that they lay an egg and it goes through the hopper, this comparator essentially recognizes that there's something going through the hopper, which makes it light up. And then this observer block right here, if I dig down a little bit, whichever block the face part of the observer is facing, it's going to detect any changes in the state of that block. And basically this comparator has 2 states, either off or on. When someone goes through the hopper, it goes from off like it is right now to on and lights up, which means that this observer is going to notice that change and send out a redstone signal at the back. So I have some redstone dust up there. That redstone dust is being observed by that observer block. So again, hopper, item goes through, turns on the comparator, which turns on the observer, which turns on that redstone, which turns on that observer up there, and then redstone comes out the back of that redstone signal, which powers this redstone dust up here, which powers this dispenser, which has a lava bucket in it, and this dispenser is also powered by that because they're powered by any adjacent blocks. It's basically just how the redstone works. So it's a pretty compact circuit. I didn't design it, but it's really compact, really clever, so it made sense to use it. So essentially when they lay the eggs go into this dispenser, and while that's happening, the redstone signal goes all the way around and powers both of these dispensers. So that bottom dispenser that just got an egg in it is going to fire the egg into this little compartment right here. And simultaneously, this top dispenser is going to fire a lava bucket into the top part of this compartment. Now, the baby chickens are too short to be hurt by the lava that's in this upper block right here, which means that as many baby chickens as they want to be down here can be here, and it's all good. But once they grow up, they will be tall enough to be reached by the lava, which means the next time an egg comes through here, one of these chickens basically controls their fate. And whenever they decide to lay an egg, it's going to fire both of these dispensers, which means any chickens that are tall enough to be reached by the lava that this top dispenser spits out, they're just going to get roasted. So if I sit here for a moment, hopefully you can see that in action. I think I already caught it on the recording when we first walked in here, but pretty simple design, to be honest. And we get both feathers and cooked chickens down here. Now unfortunately I have to be kind of close for this to work, but how I got all these chickens the other day, I basically just AFK'd right here in this corner, built some blocks around myself to make sure no monsters came around, and just sat here for a little bit. So it's pretty efficient as long as you're sitting here, but I mean, it's gonna take me a while to go through 38 chickens, now 44 chickens, so that is all good. Now on to the second thing I mentioned, which was that we went to the Nether. We actually did 2 combat related things. I don't think I have it with me. I went back to the swamp, managed to find 1 more giant slime, and he dropped me a whole bunch of slime balls, so we're up to 17 of those. And the other thing I mentioned was that I went to the Nether. So last time also I kind of made all the zombie pigmen angry, and they're on like a 40-second to a minute long timer, I believe it is, before they kind of cool down and aren't mad at you anymore. But if you go through the portal, that timer pauses. So I went back there, and it was basically as if I had just hit them 10 seconds ago, and so they killed me pretty quickly, considering they can basically 3-shot me with all those golden swords. So that's why I only have 9 levels right now. And then the last thing we did was go mining. Like I said, we found 3 more diamonds, so I was able to make this axe, and we found some lapis. So that's pretty much everything that happens last episode in a nutshell. We're good on food now, the farm's looking nice, and we are finally ready to start building. Now I also spent a little bit of time last episode explaining my plans to finally start building an actual house or some sort of base other than this little cave, and that is what we're going to work on today. Now I wanted some spruce for it, which meant that I needed to go find a spruce forest. Luckily there's one literally on the other side of this hill. In fact, I can probably just go over there right now and show you all the area I dug out. It's actually a horrible idea to do this at night, so I'm going to rest real quick. Like so. And then in the morning, there's 2 things I want to show you, and then I swear we'll be all caught up. It was kind of a long episode, and it's gone now. It's unfortunate. And here we are. So basically, you can sort of see like the change in the grass color too here. This marks where it starts. So this whole area was just packed with spruce trees. You know, you can see like how they normally look. They're like, you know, 3 to 5 blocks away from each other. So yeah, I cut down quite a few of them, and that's all that we got for it. It's quite a bit. So I don't need spruce for any other reason than it's just the color of wooden planks that I prefer. I also noticed these foxes around here. I don't actually know what those do. And on top of the foxes, there are also a few wolves down there, and we even passed one coming over here, so I should probably come over and tame some of those at some point. But last thing before we move on to something new, if I kind of backtrack up towards the top of where my cave is, once I get over this cliff here, you'll recognize where we are. Why are you not burning? You should be burning. It's daytime. Die. There we go, and I've just realized that my volume is off. I think it was like right here before. There we go. So yeah, here we are all the way up here. You can see where the farm is. Everything should make sense now. So this like kind of corner piece right here is pretty flat, all things considered. Like there's just this like 2-block tall hill here, and if I kind of dig all that out, this is going to be a pretty large flat section of land. And I cut down a few trees in here too, but this I think is where I'm gonna build probably some sort of building at some point, just because I like this area. And then literally this whole valley, like I just love all of this. There's like no part of this I don't want to end up building on. So over time I'm gonna start to, you know, clear these trees in here, and I want to build like a whole wall around just this massive area. Like it's gonna be a super long-term project, but I want to be able to make like a whole bunch of buildings scattered throughout these hills here, and have everything properly lit up so we can control the monster spawns and everything, so it's not just super dangerous. So that's like the long-term plan. Now the other cool thing about this spot right here is if I run over here just a little ways around the corner of these trees, right around here. There's this cool little indent in the ground, and funny enough, this like wall here, if I start digging into that, actually lines up like altitude wise pretty much exactly with where my cave is right now. So we could start to link that up pretty easily, basically make a tunnel from my cave, which is over that way a little bit, through this mountain, and kind of come up into like the basement of like a big house right in this general area. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking about. Sort of long term. That's more like medium term. Short term, and by short term I mean what we're going to be working on today is actually building something for the first time. Now, I used that line in the last episode that is lost to time now because we built the chicken farm, but we haven't built like anything like house related, base related. Like, it's always been survival kind of stuff, trying to not die. But now that we've got our food all squared away, we should be good to go. Like, we can have fun now, believe it or not. We're not, like, we probably won't really die anymore unless we fight monsters. But I'm about to have this dope crib set up, so there's really no reason to leave it at this point. So, after a ton of thinking, I finally figured out an idea for how I want to start this. Like I said, I like how literally this entire area looks, so it was really overwhelming to think of where I wanted to start building, because anything I did would be basically a massive commitment, which is not cool. I don't like that. So that's pretty much why we haven't built anything yet, because building's like the best part of this game. So the fact that I haven't built anything yet, I mean, it's just kind of sad, really. I'm gonna drop a chest or two, maybe like up there. We can stack them, right? Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna drop all this wood in here because we don't need all of it at once. Just clear our inventory, and here is the plan for what we're gonna do. So I mentioned again earlier in the series I wanted to do something with this little cave system here, and it's kind of hard to do much with it in the state that it's in right now, but I think I found a solution. So here's what we're gonna do. I need a shovel. There we go. And then we're just gonna make some of these. We'll make all of those into spruce planks, and we'll make a whole bunch of slabs. Cool. So here's my plan. I am going to make a little bridge across this, and we're also gonna like even this out because I want there to be a walkway. Why would I be using a stone pickaxe right now? This is gonna just take forever. In a second I'm gonna cut the video and go make a better pickaxe, but let me just finish my train of thought right here. So essentially, if we're gonna have some builds down here in this cave, I want this to be like a little flattened out. So we can make this a little bit deeper, which is going to make it... Oh, Minecraft music. I was like, where are those sounds coming from? That freaked me out. I feel like I'm gonna get hit for copyright. You're never safe anymore. Where's the music at? Music and sounds, music off. It's so relaxing, but copyright strikes are far less relaxing. So anyways, if we clear this out and make it a little deeper, it's going to make sense for there to be like a little bridge across here. And then what I'm going to do is kind of burrow into this mountain here, and I'm going to make an elevator that goes up through the mountain and kind of links up in my cave. I might be sounding crazy right now so far, but I have it all planned out. It's going to make sense. It's going to be cool. And we got soul sand because there's like this bubble column elevator we can make now with like the new ocean mechanics. I haven't made one before, but I saw one on YouTube or something somewhere, and it was super dope, and it's way easier than any piston elevator has ever been. So that's the plan. We just need soul sand for it, which is why I got that last time. Now the other reason I got such an obscene amount of spruce logs is because there's this new block in the game. I don't know how new it is. I mean, like, I've taken long breaks from this game, but basically you can just like right click a log with an axe and it looks like that, and I think that looks really cool. So especially for like a wall or something. So we're gonna use a whole bunch of those, and it's gonna be great. And I can't decide yet. I feel like I want there to be some sort of path right here, and I might end up like cutting a path through the field too. But later on, like again, super long term, I'm gonna make cool looking paths that are like a mix of several different kinds of blocks, so it actually looks kind of interesting. I don't even know why I still have this water source here. That's completely useless. Actually, it won't be once I make the water elevator. Alright, so now we're just gonna keep cutting into this, and we'll start filling this in with some slabs. This is looking ridiculous right now, but trust me, it's gonna turn out fine. I hope. Tell you what else we're gonna do. We're gonna make a separate bed for down here, because then we just keep it daytime. And oh, that's a lot of wool. Wow, I didn't know I got that much. Guess we're using this door. You guys, wow, okay. You guys are not making this easy on me. Haha, you thought you're getting out, but you're not. Just gonna go ahead and sauce down that bed right there, and we can just keep working all day and night. These are the first steps to creating my kingdom. I mean, I'm serious when I say there will be like castle towers all the way over there on top of that hill. It's gonna be crazy. You have no idea. Alright, so I just want this like general kind of cave thing going on here, and we'll probably, oh, that's already messed it up. Cool. Probably like add on a bit more here too and make it look kind of natural. I don't know. This is basically just going to be like the main room, and so in here, since it's going to be like the closest thing to outside, I like to have, it's kind of like a mud room in a real house where you just kind of have like all the essentials for like stuff you need outside sometimes, but you don't want to come all the way inside to get it. So we're gonna have like a couple chests for random stuff, especially chests for like farming. Like I want to be able to harvest these crops and just drop them off like right here. I'll have some crafting tables, I think I already said that. And of course the entrance into the main base. Alright, so now we got that cleared out a little bit. Start to fill in, again, just always mess up that first block. Start to fill in this. I want to kind of make it look like it's supported by these logs, if that makes any sense. Alright, and now, let's place that one I made earlier there. Now we just shave off all of the bark. Alright, cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and replace the ceiling with some spruce planks. Alright, so lastly, we just put in some cobblestone here, and I figured basically this could branch off in the 3 different directions. And I think for the lighting as well, I want to do a campfire. Maybe just, I don't know, what does it look like if I just drop it on the floor? Yeah, I actually like that. Cool. I really like the way the campfires look. I don't know, I was gonna build a base around it, but I don't know, it kind of looks like just in the design with the little logs crossed over, it almost looks like it has that already. So that's pretty nice, and we can sleep. That was a productive day. Alright, now for at least one of these, I'm thinking probably this one would make the most sense. I'm just gonna kind of tunnel into the cave that's right below here. Should be hitting it soon. There we go. Oh, it comes out right here. That's actually super nice. Alright. So yeah, again, I'm just gonna kind of make this look as natural as possible. And then we can come back to it later and mess with the specifics, but this should give us a nice little pathway to actually get down to the chicken farm for one, and we can clear this out as well. Just make as smooth of a path as possible. Alright, that's looking pretty good so far, and then I'm going to, let's see, I'll probably make, I'm trying to decide which of these 2 doors to make into the elevator. You know what, no, I'll make the middle one the elevator, because I just thought one of these has to be, one of these has to be that room I was talking about, where you just kind of have all, like, you know, any of my farming supplies, crafting table, all that good stuff. And I think it would make sense, because I just looked at, this tunnel right here is going to go away as soon as possible. So we could maybe make this just like a long hallway, maybe even like the main storage room for now, and kind of link that up to the mine that's down there. So we'll do this one as the elevator. So first things first, we just need to dig all the way up. Alright, this should be the spot. So I think if I just go straight down a few blocks, we should, as like breaking the #1 rule of Minecraft, but perfect. Alright, so now we just need to fill this with water. I should probably actually fill it with, like, make it the block I want it to be long term first. So we'll fill this with cobblestone, I think, before we do anything else. Alright, now we just need a couple of buckets. And what else do we need? Some signs as well. We should probably also grab the soul sand wherever I put that. I think I might have thrown the soul sand away. Oh boy. Well, this is where we hop back in the Nether and hope that the pigmen have forgiven us. Please, please, please say you've forgiven me. Are we cool? We're cool. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. Alright, now I made... Yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine. I made like a little staircase somewhere over here. Maybe it was up higher. Oh wait, is that it? Yeah. Should probably put a torch this time. It makes some sense that I threw the soul sand away because it's just like the #1 junk item. Just like I don't need this. Just clogging up my inventory. Alright, we'll take a few this time. And I've got a few magma blocks. This is a dangerous situation. We're just gonna leave that for another day. I've got like 3 up in my base from that underwater place we found, so don't really need them. Alright, there are basically only 2 more steps before we actually just have this elevator completed. But there is this cool trick. So for the water elevator, I need all of the water blocks to be source blocks, which means lots of going back and forth with the water bucket. But apparently, you have some kelp, which we have in abundance since we live right by the sea. Apparently you can just build this up and turn all of the water into source blocks that way. 22 might be enough. I feel like that's like the kind of number where I'm just 1 short, so we'll grab a few more. Hopefully that this is the last time that I actually have to make this climb. That's not even the way I do it, it's through here. I would be lying if I said I'm going to miss climbing this ladder every single time. Actually, that part's fine. Like, this whole section I'm cool with. It's going through that tunnel outside. I don't like that. It makes me angry. Drop that down, and then we just have to go from the bottom and build all the way up with kelp. I think I'm missing something. Maybe the block you put the kelp in has to be a source block first. We'll try this. No, maybe I can't put it, wait. Well, there's the bubbles, but then they stop, see? Maybe I can't put it on soul sand. Yes, there we go, okay. Build all the way up. Excellent. And apparently that just makes them all into the source blocks. So if we break the bottom one, all comes down and then floats up. And then we replace that, the bubbles should start forming, and this time, cross our fingers, we should go all the way up. Excellent. It works. Now unfortunately we still have to like just jump down this cliff to get back down because you can't actually go down that elevator. It's super easy to make it go down. All I have to do is switch the soul sand with a magma block and then it takes you down really fast instead of up really fast. That's so satisfying to do. But that's actually, I mean, I could just make a separate elevator, but it's actually pretty simple, like just block switching mechanism, which I could totally do. I'll probably do it next time, but we're gonna leave it like that for now. I think this entrance would look a little bit better if I replaced more of this dirt with stone, so I'm gonna do that. Unfortunately, this is all the stone I have right now, but I'm smelting some more up there. So let's see, how should we do this? Terraforming is always a really big pain because you never really know how it's going to turn out, but kind of just have to commit to it. Start placing blocks, see what happens. You know what? I think I figured out what's bothering me about this. It's not quite centered with the hill, and I think I'm going to tear it all down and move it over 1 block to the left. Alright, it's been a bit of a lengthy process, but I've just about got the elevator back in order. I haven't replaced this with cobblestone yet. That hurt kind of a lot. All I had to do was move everything over 1 block to the left, but unfortunately, with this water elevator, it got a little bit more complicated than that, but I think, pretty sure I placed the signs down there. If not, I'm about to flood my base. Let's see, actually, before we finish all that, one thing I did want to do is mix in some cobblestone, or not some cobblestone, some glowstone here. I'll come back and, like, adjust it later, but for now we'll just go maybe every like 2 blocks. I guess this will be every 3. I only had a couple glowstones, so... Let's see, how would this work out, though? Oh, almost perfectly even. Nice. I totally could have whipped out the water bucket and saved myself there, but then my first thought was actually, oh, my bed's right there, this doesn't matter. Except I have to climb the top again. That sucks. My XP is really hurting. I've hit 30 like twice now. Basically, like been right there. And now we're level 5. All the way down. And then all the way back up. Alright. And back down again. And then we need our soul sand. Replace that. Bubble time. Bubble time. Get it's like double time, but it's pretty clever to be honest. I need to replace this side with cobblestone too, but overall I like the look of the lights in there. It's a lot less dark and spooky. There's nothing more terrifying than dark water that you can't see through and you don't know where you're going. But yeah, now let me climb down there, show you the finished product. I like how this looks way more. It's actually centered. I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, it was worth going back and adjusting that. I can't decide, like, it's like, it could be symmetrical, like the entrance to this cave, but I still want it to look kind of natural. I don't know, I like how it looks right now. And other than, like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so, the only thing we really lost was a bit of durability on our tools, and maybe a couple pieces of stone, but I'm gonna be a lot happier with this long term. I mean, this is the first thing we're building, so if I was, like, just bothered by it being literally 1 block too far to the right, it was gonna haunt me forever, and the more we were building, it would have been hard to replace later. This was worth doing, is what I'm getting at. So next time, we'll definitely go ahead and replace this. Well, not really replace, but we'll install a block switcher, and I should be able to wire it up so I can press a button at the top and switch this to a magma block, and it'll pull me all the way down. I don't think that'll be too difficult, but it'll definitely be worth it, because then we can go down just as fast. So, I don't know, that seems like a pretty good place to stop, honestly. I don't really know how long that took, but, yeah, we're gonna call that an episode, especially, it's like 1.5 episodes. Didn't seem like we did much, but you're forgetting that I told the story of a whole, like, previous episode, so this is almost 2 full episodes when you really don't think about it that much. That actually looks really sick. I love the fire in there. I'm excited to continue working on this, but that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good day.